Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Austin here, back with another Brawl Stars video. Today, there's been so many different leaks in the Brawl Stars Reddit and on this video right here, Clancy Operation Squid Ink. There's many different leaks and balance changes that could be coming in the near future, so I kind of wanted to hit on those, go over those with you guys. But before we get into the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys again so much for 600 subs. Without further ado, let's get into it. So as on the left, there's nothing too much on the left here. There's just Clancy picture and a Hank picture, and then Clancy in the middle. But over here is where we want to focus. We have a picture that all the community is thinking is Clancy as an adult with this little goo splatter on his face. Pause. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Yes, they think this is Clancy as a human/adult, and then somehow he changed into Clancy himself. But over here, we have the trio of the three, Clancy, Otis, and Hank. But over here, as you can see, we see a date that says 0710. But most people in the US, like myself, are like, July 10th? What? How does that even make any sense? That's already passed. Is that just, what does that even mean? But if you guys don't know, Brawl Stars is made in Finland. So let me go show you guys something. So guys, as you can see, we have in Finland, date, then month, then year. So if we go back to this, it's date, then month. So there could be something coming in October of the 7th. October 7th, there could be something massive coming for Brawl Stars, which we're super intrigued about. I didn't think anything of this date or anything initially until I saw it on the Brawl Stars Reddit, and I thought I would look more deeply into it. And yeah, that's October 7th is what everybody was saying. So there should be a massive update over in that time span, which I'm super excited about. Drop a like if you guys are excited too. But let's go over to the other Reddit where there's this guy that works for Supercell. His name is Adrian. He was answering many different questions. Shout out to him, but let me go over there. Alrighty guys, and we're over here. We have Adrian Supercell. He says in his post that he is a gameplay lead on the Brawl Stars team. And he was answering lots of questions, so shout out to Adrian. Thank you so much for answering all the questions and having a sense of transparency with the community about things that are going on. But let me go find some posts that I liked and wanted to share with you guys. Alright guys, this is the one that I wanted to talk about with the Darryl buffs. But before we get into that, like I said, he was answering a lot of questions such as, is there any interesting idea for a balance change, brawler mechanic, or star power that ended up being rejected? He answered it, and even when he was getting pressed by a lot of the community, he still came back with a nice and cool and calm answer, such as this one up here. They were talking about balancing a brawler, and this guy was like, does it happen that you purposefully make a brawler broken or according to a market decision? And he responded calmly and collectedly. So shout out to Adrian. Thank you so much for being transparent. But let's go back down to the one that I wanted to talk about, which was the Darryl buffs. So a lot of people were like, oh, he didn't reply, like, I can't take this anymore. And then he replies with Yar. So as you know, Darryl is a pirate, so when somebody says Yar as a pirate, what do you think they mean? Well, let me show you. As you can see, Yar said by pirates when responding to yes or expressing excitement. So we can kind of assume that either a rework or a buff is going to be happening for him, but let me show you a couple reworks that the community came up with, and let me know down below how you guys feel about them. So the first one here I'll go over. The second one I'll just put on screen. You guys can kind of just look at it and read it if you'd like. But this one, it says, once Darryl charges up his super, he will be able to use it 2 times. Just like Melody, super range tiles are 7 now, but they'll go down to 6. Super charge per projectile will be at 12% right now and go down to 10%. This will make him have more mobility and make him a good pick in modes he is supposed to be good in, like Heist, and with his added extra mobility, he will be able to move more easily, escape situations, which in turn will make him good on Knockout again. So, shout out to whoever did this one. Let me click on here. Shout out to HumblePay2596. Thank you for the rework, and hopefully you are correct about this. I am excited for a Darryl buff. I told you guys a lot in a decent amount of videos that Darryl has not gotten any love by the Brawl Stars community, so I'm excited. Hopefully he'll get something good. But this one is by Allie, so shout out to you. But this one is the one I'm not going to read to you guys, but you guys can kind of pause if you'd like and go over it. But without further ado, it looks like it'd be an okay kind of rework. He put a lot of time and effort into it. He or she, I'm sorry, put a lot of time or effort into it. So hopefully it is noticed by somebody in the Brawl Stars community and it's known. But I'll catch you guys over in the thread again. So right here, Epic Boss asks, is there any plan to slow down the release of brawlers? And I know that you guys are really struggling with staying afloat with the new brawlers that come out every month, especially if you don't buy the Brawl Pass Plus. With getting those 1,000 credits, it's a lot nicer and a lot easier for players that are willing to spend money to stay afloat and stay above the curve. But the players that are free to play, it's really difficult. But if you guys wanted to check how your progress is going, I'll show you this website. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, and we're here. It's called Brawlify. If you put your tag in and then hit stats here, it'll bring up your entire profile, tell you how many trophies you got recently and such. But not only that, it'll tell you pretty much your whole account and how many points you need to max out all your brawlers and coins you need to max out all your brawlers with. I'm not sure if this is in addition to the coins and brawler points that you have. I really should test it, but if you guys wanted to, it's something there for you guys if you wanted to check it out. However, the slowdown of the release of brawlers would be nice for everybody to get afloat, but also it would be bad for the gameplay itself. Metas wouldn't really change unless they balanced certain aspects of different brawlers like Frank or Max or something like that. Adrian said, eventually there might be a world where we consider slowing down the brawler releases or mix in more reworks to compensate. I don't think that time is anytime soon though, compared to other similar games, for example, that have vastly more characters than we do to this day. So unfortunately, we are not going to be seeing any slowdown of the brawler releases, which is good and bad for the game. I feel like at times it would be nice to have less brawlers in the game so that we could kind of give everybody a hypercharge, get everybody afloat, kind of getting on the same page. But that's what makes the game very fun, is being ahead of the curve of people, having more brawlers than somebody to pick from when playing ranked. So I think this is good and bad for the community. Let me know down below how you guys feel about it. This is also a great question by Denial. Do you think it's possible to make new game modes that will be added to / replace the old ones in the main rotation? I ask this because I'd love to see more permanent game modes, but also can see how the current ones seem too hard to beat. Adrian replies, I absolutely think it's possible, and it's actually an area in which we have more firepower nowadays. As you might have seen, we're trying out more game modes now than previously. And as you saw, they gave out drum roll and the mirror matchup. So it would be really nice to get a new game mode here and there. Maybe they add like 2 game modes and they flip-flop them, kind of like how they do duels. Duels isn't always there, or Hot Zone isn't always there, but I'm not sure what I would come up with. I haven't seen any Reddit post about a different game mode, but it would be really fun. This person Kane has a great question about adding existing game modes to the current rotation, basketball and payload. Basketball was fun for a while, so maybe they add those back in. It would be really fun in that sense, but we'll see what they do. This person Skeleton asks, do you plan on reworking more gadgets or star powers that are absolute garbage and or outshined? Absolutely, there's a long list that they want to do. This person, the Penny Fan, has a great question. What are your thoughts on balancing some more Brawler's star powers base kit, like Maisie's slow star power, Angelo's heal star power, Sam's heal star power, as their star powers are usually the main reason why they are played. This change worked amazingly on Chester. I think it would work. I think it will be great to balance a few more brawlers too. I agree with your sentiment. There's quite a few brawlers that are reliant on their star powers / gadgets to be properly viable, and it's something I definitely want to address as we continue developing the game. This question is great by Phil. How do you decide which brawlers are next to get a hypercharge? Is it random, or is there thought that goes into it? Adrian says, when it comes to which brawlers get hypercharges when, it's a mix of which ones are more complex to create, which are simpler, which do we have cool ideas for, and what kind of role distribution. So pretty much, it's kind of random in that sense, which is nice, but we kind of need all the brawlers to get a hypercharge to be viable sometimes. And this is the last one that I'm going to be talking about here. I'll leave the Brawl Stars thread in the description if you guys want to go check it out. But this person says, I have a question a couple of my friends and I had in mind for a while. Why brawlers like Edgar, despite being fundamentally flawed, remain to not be reworked? I'm not sure. Fundamentally flawed, okay. Also, what are some principles you follow while balancing the game? Anything the team considers to be not a good way of balancing. Adrian replies, I was thinking about an Edgar rework for a long time now, ever since I joined the team basically. Ultimately though, while I am not happy with how Edgar's kit functions, a lot of players clearly are. He's still one of our most popular brawlers, so I'm trying to improve on that. Would be a huge risk without a rock solid idea, which I haven't come up with yet. So, in the near future, there is going to be an Edgar rework, but they just don't know what to do with them, pretty much. It's interesting. There's going to be a Darryl buff / rework in the near future, along with an Edgar, which is really, really cool. But that has been the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you guys are super excited for all these reworks and such. Let me know down below if you guys are excited for these reworks that are going to be happening. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.